Some of the best advice I got early on in my career is still with me today. And it is still the best advice I had ever got. I'm going to share with you today what that one piece of advice is. And I'm probably going to add two more things that I've picked up on along the way that really propelled me to where I am in life today, both professionally and personally. Early on in my career, I was introduced to somebody who became my mentor. And we were out looking at some jobs, and he told me, "You want to be successful in this?" And I said, "Yeah, duh, of course. I mean, I'm 20 years old, had a baby 21 years old, had a baby on the way. Yeah, I want to be successful at this." He said, "You need to go home, take some time, and figure out what it's like to be a statesman. And then just be that. And you will fly by everybody else in the industry." He said, I promise you, just go do that. I want to see you doing this daily." All right. So I went home, and there was no cell phones. We didn't have Google, or I had to go look up the definition of a statesman. And it was about politics. It was about a politician. Well, I'm not a politician. I'm in construction. I'm a union carpenter by trade. Happen to be a project manager at the moment. I didn't understand why he would send me to go look for a definition that pertains to a politician. I didn't get it. But he told me, figure out what it is and be it. So I did. I just kept reading about this stuff, it's not like there's books on how to be a statesman. I had to find stuff, and I had to listen to people talk, and I had to deduce this and put it together for a meaning for me. And at the time, this is what I came up with. Now, I have some notes right here in front of me, because some of this I wrote a long time ago, and I need to read it to you. So this is what I wrote a long time ago. "A statesman to me is someone who performs their job well and with dignity. To me, it means that I need to understand that I have to represent the interests of everyone involved, not just those who hired me, regardless of my own opinion. I have to try to understand the weight of every situation and act accordingly. This isn't about me." That's what I wrote. And that's how I started being. That's how I started conducting myself. I didn't have to change who I was. I didn't have to change how I spoke. I didn't have to change how I walked or what I wore, or I didn't have to do any of that. All I had to do was remind myself that it's not about me. And it's not about the person that hired me. And it's not about the customer. It's about all of us. And I have to keep reminding myself, back then and even now, that is the way this works. And I have to admit that this is way harder to do now than it was back in my 20s. Or even my 30s. And I think that has a lot to do with the society that we're living in. We don't live in a society anymore that thinks things are about us. I don't mean us like me and you. I mean us. All of us, everybody. We don't have a society anymore that takes into consideration you, or me, or them back there. We live in a society now of billboards and finger pointing and blame game and rebel rousing. Everything, we act on assumptions as if they're facts. Nobody's being a statesman. And yet here, I have to keep reminding myself that this is the right way to do it. In putting this video together, I took what I wrote earlier and I tried to write a little more. Because I'm a little bit older now than when I wrote that initially, and there's a little more that goes into it than just considering everyone. So, and this is what I wrote today. I wrote, I do know that I'm human, and I am prone to mistakes. I make mistakes, no questions about it. I'm not hiding any of that, and I'll be the first one to tell you when I make one. I don't know how to engineer mistakes out, but I am learning really easy what mistakes I can manage and which ones I can't. And if there's going to be a mistake in there, I try and steer them towards the ones I can manage. I misread things all the time. There's times I could misread a room. I could be in a meeting and I misread the aura at the table, and it happens. I'm human just like everybody else. I scan through documents instead of reading them, and that's usually where the first mistake starts. But I do it. I just don't always have the time to read the whole document to find out that what I need isn't in there. I mean, it's just the way it is. But even with the mistakes I know I make, or I know I'm prone to, I try to act admirably. I try to act honestly, and I try to act with some kind of honor to it. I try to conduct my business with dignity and respect for everyone. For the people that work for me and the people I work for. Dignity and respect to me is something that is given on day one. I know that's hard for a lot of people, and I know there's people out there that's going to disagree with that. And by all means, state your piece. Comments are down below. Tell me why that's hard. I want to hear it. I like to hear this stuff. I'm not. This is a challenge. I'm not trying to get you to sway me that it's hard. I want to hear why it's hard. For me, it's not hard, because if I approach you with dignity and respect, and the dignity and respect that I approach you with is not returned, then I just don't approach you anymore. It's that simple. I don't go public with it. I don't make a big deal out of it. I just remember, oh yeah, all right, here he comes again. Smile. Hey, how you doing? What can I help you with? And get him out. But I try to approach everything with dignity and respect first. I put it out there for you to lose. I don't hold it back for you to gain. I try to put a lot of integrity in what I do, in what I say, how I act. I like to be poised, and I like to act with honor and in good faith. I don't know. It definitely is something we don't see very much of today. But that's how I operate. That's how I do things. If the honor and the good faith isn't appreciated, it just won't be given anymore. I don't demand respect. I don't know if I said that already, but I don't. I don't demand respect. You do not have to respect me. I don't care. But if you don't, I won't respect you. And I know that respect means a lot to people. A lot. And I don't think, there's a little side note, I don't think people understand that disrespecting someone may feel really good in the moment, but if you want to really get them, just don't respect them at all. Eats them up. Eats them up from the inside out. It's great. Try it. But I was talking with my boss, and he happens to own the company, and we were talking about this stuff. And he had asked, you know, how did you get to where you are today? And I told him I had this mentor, and he told me about being a statesman. And as soon as I said that, he picked up his phone. I said, are you Googling it? And he said, oh yeah. So you're not going to like the definition. Yes, it's all about politicians. So I know. I know. It's a thought journey. It's not a definition. But I want to know the piece of advice you got when you were starting out that has stuck with you all this time. And is it still relevant today? Leave a comment down below. So yeah, that's the one piece of advice. And and I think I told you there'd be two other things. Two other things you can do today to succeed the rest of your career. Be trustworthy. Show up. That's it. It's that simple. Be trustworthy and show up. And if you can't remember what those two things are, just remember this. Try. Just try. If you just try, you will surpass probably 75% of the people that you work with in your industry. So that's it. That's all I got for today. I appreciate you guys giving me the moment to come on and talk to you and let me get some of this out. Hopefully it helps you guys. If you want to help me out, you can subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button so this goes out to more people. More people get to see it. And comments. Leave some comments down below. I'm an extrovert by nature. I like to talk. I like some back and forth. Yeah, two things you can leave down below. One, tell me why it's hard for you to give respect first before somebody earns it. And the other thing down below is let me know what somebody taught you. What did somebody tell you? What was the advice that you got that has stuck all this time? My name is Tim. I'm glad you met me.